โอเค hello hello สวัสดีค่ะสบายดีไหมค่ะ Okay, so here we are with another rosette. So I've been making them rosettes fast and furious these days. Um, okay, full disclosure, I don't have enough money to make. I need some materials need some guitar making materials, wood and stuff, and some new tools too. So I have to wait for that. I have to sell a guitar. I have a great guitar for sale if anyone's interested. I'll put the link to my website below. Anyway, so in the meantime, I've been making rosettes. It's been great fun, and here's the latest. I love it. I'm gonna flip this around in a sec so I can do some detail stuff. Anyway, you can see where I am. Look, I'm right by the stream outside. It's a nice sunny day, even though it's still the rainy season. And yeah, so I'm just gonna keep making these. Yeah, I make one a week. It takes me about a week all in all to make one. See how thin they are? Yeah, so I've even pondered the possibility of selling them. I mean, I have a great idea. I could like frame them and then sell them for $500,000. I'm happy to do that if anyone's interested. I'm not sure as a rosette to sell for people making guitars. If anyone's interested, let me know and I'll think about it, They wouldn't be cheap. Like, you can get some really nice handmade, classic type rosettes from LMI and stuff. Some beautiful Russian ones, handmade Russian ones. I have a couple in my shop. Haven't used them yet. I like my own better, I guess. But these would be much more expensive because, it takes me a week to make them. So figure it out. If you're a lawyer, it'd be even more expensive, eh? Anyway, so here we go. Yeah, so I'm going to flip this around and... Yeah, so flipping it around, I'm going to try and keep this in focus. It's a little tricky with the old phone. Looking good though, there's lots of light, so it's helping. You get a sense a bit different if you've seen my other rosette videos. A little bit different kind of treatment, more solid colors, but they're not, you can probably tell they're not blocks of wood. Again, I'm using long strips of veneer laid on edge. There's some that dark brown and light brown dotty stuff is coconut wood. Again, these are little chunks stuck together. And in the middle, I actually started in the middle section, and it became kind of a mountain. I was thinking of Mount Fuji. Yeah. Nice picture of my thumb. Oops, out of focus. Here we go. So we get some close-ups. As I've mentioned in my other videos, you can see little divots and things, little openings. I'm not actually too concerned about those, really. Because as I mentioned, I think I mentioned this in the first rosette video I made, I like this combination of precision and roughness, So I try to find some interesting balance in that. Trying to keep yeah. Anyway, but still, most of those, what I'll do is, at this stage, I would sort of cut the channel in the guitar top, glue it in, and then fill in those spaces, right? Because at this stage, it's a little tricky. It's so fine. I wonder if I put this up to the sun, you'll be able to see some light coming through in spots. It's not too much. Oh geez, what's going on? Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm having focus issues today. Technical problems. Yep, anyway, so, and like for instance, you can see this at the bottom. See how it's kind of rough at the bottom? When I, working it and I scrape it thin and stuff, little bits get chunked out of it. And because it's tricky to go across the grain like that. So that's a good spot where you can see, oh, there you go, against that light area. See how it's kind of chunky, right? It would be really cool to somehow fit that in with the top and maybe even chunk it up a bit more. Maybe try to extend the spruce into that. Anyway, that sort of thing I would work. Here, I'm going to flip this. Yeah, that sort of thing I would work on the top itself, you know, and then it's glued in, and then it's totally secure. Yeah, so there you go. That's the latest one. Hope everyone's doing great. And I might as well show you the back side. This is actually the side that I worked on. Here. But it's interesting. But I decided the underside was clearer. Like these lines, the two lines that sort of they're right in the center of the frame. Those lines were much clearer on the back side, so that's what I chose. Yeah. Anyway, so I hope everyone's doing great. I'm just in love with the weather right now. Look at the sun. Yeah. So I don't know. It's market day today, so I'll be heading down the mountain. And maybe if it's clear tomorrow, I might continue with my trail clearing efforts. Yeah. Oh, also, yesterday I did a video inside, and it was no good. It was too shaky, it was too dark. Yeah. Looking for snakes. Anyway, there's the stream, eh? Look, it's nice and clear still. Sometimes it's quite cloudy when it's raining a lot. Yeah. I did a little video showing my workshop and what I've got laid out when I'm doing these rosettes, and I'll just tag this on after this. Okay. You can see here I've got some zebra wood bits. These are cut against the grain, so they break really easily. I don't use them too much actually. These are the little pieces of coconut wood that I've been using. The veneer pieces I cut like this. You can see all the difference. There's some burdock here. This is the zebra wood on end. Here's some rosewood, and of course the flame maple. So the ones the swoopy ones, this is these long strips that I use, and they're quite wide, right? So then I make it, they're easier to handle when they're thick like that. So then I then I just trim it down, right, to whatever. Like you can see. Let's see if I can show you the thickness. It's quite thin. These, of course, haven't actually measured this one, but I'm sure you can get a sense of how thin it is. Probably be 1.5 millimeters to 2 millimeters thick in the end. And here's some tools. I use a scalpel. I have a great flexible Japanese saw, flush cutting saw. I have some Japanese knives, like so and so and so. I do a lot of scraping. I have chisels too, but I actually don't use the chisels as much. And I have an actual small scraper. I use a little bit, but not too much. Mostly I use these knives and the saw, the scalpel, and these Japanese type knives. Yeah, that's about it. I guess that's it. There we go. Well, I also have, I wonder if this will work. Let's try this. I also have this magnifying thing that I use. I don't use it all the time, but I'll use it quite often. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Let's see if we can get a good view here. Yeah. It's got a built-in light. This is a new acquisition, actually. The last 2 rosettes I've been using it. Yeah. Right. So I've got rosewood, maple, burdock, coconut, and a little bit of the zebra wood in the mountain. Yep, anyway. That's that. Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's about it. Hope everyone's doing great. Thanks for having a look. Oh, okay, so I might as well do a final finish. So that was my little workshop, and you see the little strips of veneer that I use, that I'm using at the moment. And yeah, anyway, ciao to everyone, and sawadee ka, chokdi everyone, good luck to everyone. Okay, ciao.